So it's the morning of results day. I've checked the grade boundaries. I'm going to leave in about 10 minutes to go and pick up my results. The grade boundaries are higher than last year, for maths at least, and I have AQA. So they seem relatively okay for science, and science, chemistry is the highest, but it's still okay, and I have OCR. So now it's just a waiting game. I'm excited to get them back, but I'm equally nervous. I'll let you know how it goes.
Paridi has just found out her GCSE results. By the look on her face, she seems to have done well. And how do you feel about those grades?
I'm extremely happy. I didn't expect it. I just can't believe it. I'm so happy.
Guys, so I'm in the middle of editing and I just realised I forgot to mention that Nuts TV came into my school to interview students and proud parents. When I went to pick up my results, the lady that was giving out the results, she told me that the head of the whole school wanted to see me. And when I went to him, he said, "I'd like you to open your results on camera." That's when I realised that, oh, I think I've done okay. Hey guys, so I know you all must be so eager to know my results, so I'm just gonna get straight to it. I couldn't be happier. I'm honestly so chuffed. You don't understand. So I got 7 grade 9s, 1 grade 8, 1 grade A, and 1 grade 6. I was expecting probably 3 grade 9s. I was hoping for 3, but 7. I am so thankful. I honestly feel so happy that I can make my parents and my teachers proud. So, as I know many of you are probably not familiar with the new 9 to 1 system, a 9 is an A-star with distinction, and only the top 3% of the country are able to get that. So yeah, it's like an uber A-star, as they like to say. An 8 is an equivalent to an A-star, 7 is equivalent to an A, 6 is a B, 5 is a strong pass, and 4 is a normal pass. So I'll tell you each GCSE subject that I took and what grade I got in it. So English literature I got a 9, maths I got a 9, Spanish I got a 9, biology I got a 9, chemistry I got a 9, physics I got a 9, and religious studies I got a 9. English language I got an 8, business studies I got an A, because we're still on the old A star to G system. Computing I got a 6. I'll tell you how I feel about each of those subjects. English literature, that 9, I didn't expect it. I thought maybe an 8, not a 9, because I've never enjoyed English literature. I've always found it very hard to memorise everything. Imagine 15 poems, memorising quotes from them, as well as 3 literature books. I just found it so hard to keep up with remembering everything. And I had one problem with English literature, was I would waffle a lot. And that was a problem that my teacher tried to get rid of, and by year 11 he somehow helped me get rid of it. I knew that was my weakness, and I really worked hard to start becoming more concise and succinct, as my teacher likes to say. So those were things that I worked on, and if you want, leave it in the comments down below if you'd like to see a video of me explaining in detail how I did manage to get my 9s in any subject, not just English literature. In any subject, if you need advice, tips, let me know. English language, I enjoyed English language a lot. There was a time where I thought English language was one of my favourite subjects, you know. A very brief time, but there was a time. I had done well in it previously in other mocks. I'd done well in English language, but in my last mock I got a 7. And that was my first ever 7 in English language I'd ever gotten. I'd always gotten 8s or even 9s before. So that was in March, 2 months before my real GCSEs. So I think that really demoralised me, and that made me think, wow, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I started to lose interest in English language as well, but then when it came to the time, I really had to work hard again, and I got an 8, which I was exceptionally happy with. Maths, 9. I was over the moon because there was 3 subjects that I was desperate to have a 9 in: maths, physics and Spanish. Maths has been my favourite subject since I was 8 years old. So I've always been passionate about it. I've always tried to be on top. I've always tried to be ahead. I've always done my best in maths. In mocks I've got 9s. In my first mock in year 11 I got an 8. In all three papers I got 8s. So I was like, okay, 8 is good. Now it's my time to work towards the 9. So the second time around when I got a 9, I realised I am capable of getting a 9. Let me prove myself to get it in the real thing. Only my teachers know how much I desperately wanted that 9. We had intervention twice a week, every single week after school for an hour for maths. Every single week I attended those interventions. I took home papers, I got my parents to print off papers for me, and I'd do papers at home. I wanted a 9 in maths so bad, not only because I love it, but also because I'm taking it for A-level, I'm taking maths and further maths. So it was very important for me to do well. And my teachers had so much faith in me. I remember on my last intervention before the final maths exam, one of my maths teachers has said to me that you have worked so hard. I know you will get a 9. You need to believe in yourself. And I couldn't be happier with the 9 that I got. Spanish, as you guys know, I've always been obsessed with Spanish. I'm obsessed with the language, the culture, the people, the plays, the food, the songs, the music. I love the music. And because I was passionate about Spanish, I got the 9. My teacher said I was the only person in my school to get a 9 in Spanish. So that's something I was very, very proud of. Oh, really? Me? A 9? Me? I never enjoyed RE at school. I just found it so boring. I was most shocked for my 9 in RE. I was expecting a 7. And I got a 9. Biology. Oh, I've always found biology quite tricky, and that's purely because I think biology is a subject that's very memory based. Unlike physics and maths, which are like 2 of my favourite subjects, which you apply knowledge to, you apply skills and techniques to, and they like work your brain, quick fire questions, you know what I mean? In my mocks I was getting 8s and 7s. I'm the sort of person, if I know something is my weakness, I will work a lot harder to do well in that subject. I knew I had to work at it because I wanted a good grade, and hard work really does pay off because I got a 9. Chemistry. In year 10, chemistry was one of my favourite subjects. It was my favourite science, but in year 11, I didn't have a very good teacher. My old teacher, who was amazing, she left. So literally all of the year 11 content I had to learn myself. Out of every subject, I was expecting the 9 in chemistry because I literally revised perfectly for it. So moving on to physics, year 11, somehow I absolutely fell in love with physics. Every single exam I got a 9 in it. Obviously I knew, wow, I'm good at physics. I revised because I wanted to do well. The mock right before my exam, my real final GCSE exam, I got an 8. The next day we got our papers back. I went up to my teacher and I asked him, oh, how many marks off of the 9 was I? And I just had a little chit chat with him, and he could tell I was really upset. I was expecting a 9. He said to me, if anyone is gonna get a 9, it will be you. That's what made me think, you know what, I need to do it. And yeah, I got the 9. The A that I got in business, I was so disappointed in, purely because since year 9 all the way up to year 11, every single exam paper I'd taken for unit 3, which is 50% of your grade, I'd gotten an A star, and not even just like a straight A star. I always got 86 out of 90 or 87 out of 90. I have a big problem with time management. In certain subjects like English, I cannot allocate my time wisely, and in business I never ever had a problem with it, never. But on the final exam, I ran out of time on my 8 marker. That's when I kind of thought, you know what if I get an A, not an A star? Oh well, let's just hope when it gets remarked, it will be an A star. I worked so hard, and I genuinely think that, you know what, hard work really pays off and you get out what you put in. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy making sort of school related videos, you know, that sort of thing, from my previous video, how to get good grades. I really enjoyed filming that, and I really enjoyed filming this, so if any of you want any tips or advice related to school subjects, leave it in the comments down below and I'll make that video. Don't forget to leave a huge thumbs up and smash that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all my videos, because I post whenever, like literally. See you later guys, bye!